Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? So today I wanted to share with all of you a little bit about my story and the reason I had to come up with my YouTube channel and some other things that I am currently doing. There's always a story behind of all of us, and I wanted to share that with you. So I am originally from Lima, Peru. Was born there, and when I was 6 months old, I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, which is a disease that is causing my loss of sight. I can't see from the central. I see from my side, from the side. So I don't have central vision. I do have peripheral vision. And my parents didn't have any person. There was no family member in our house who had this condition. So it was very difficult for them. They didn't know what to do at first. And I obviously I come from a very low income status family, so that was another issue. But my parents at first didn't even think that I was going to make it to school. So it obviously took a lot of time. Since I was little, I used to go to a lot of hospitals because my mom didn't accept the fact that she had a blind daughter. So we visited a couple in my country. We always had the same answer. There was no surgery, there was no cure for that, and we had to learn to live with it. But my mom knew that in my country I wasn't going to get any far, that there will not be any opportunities for myself. So she decided to move to Argentina. And I really have to thank this country because I was introduced to Braille. I got to meet children who were actually in my same shoes, who had similar conditions, who had other disabilities. We all supported each other. The teachers did believe in us. I started going to a blind school, but because they saw that I had a good potential, that I could be enrolled in a quote-unquote typical school with children who didn't have any disabilities. So I actually got to meet a couple of friends of mine whom until this day still talk. And it was definitely a great opportunity, although there were a lot of things that I had to go through because my mom was a single parent like myself. But I will go into that a little bit later. She had to go to work, and at first it was only my mom and I. And for that reason, I had to start taking transportation by myself because I had to get to school. There were days that my mom could take me, but not all the time. And for some time, we had someone who uh, gave me a ride going back to my quote unquote house over there, but we couldn't have this service for a very long time because it was expensive, and the money that my mom was making wasn't enough. So I had to start taking transportation by myself, and I had to become independent at a very young age, which helped me. It did help me a lot in certain ways, but it also made me feel different because I also wanted my parents, or at least my mom, to pick me up from school. I wanted my mom to participate in after school activities that took place in my school, but she couldn't do it because she was working. So that happened, and obviously we had to move forward, and I kept doing good in school, and there was an opportunity that occurred. My mom told me that she wanted to move to the US for a better life for her, and especially me. At first we thought that we could find something here. We could possibly find surgery, and that I will gain or regain my sight back. So we moved to the United States in 2003. So it has definitely been challenging because I came here when I was 13 years old. I was becoming an adolescent. I wasn't accepting the fact that I had to have a cane to walk. I felt weird. I felt worthless. I felt stupid because I was blind. And on top of that, I didn't speak English. So it took a while to adjust to a new environment. We didn't at first, we didn't have a place to sleep. Like, we slept in couches at first, and my mom had to pay for that, like if she was paying a room. But in reality, we were sleeping in couches. We didn't even have a room. So we had to go through a lot of things, the both of us, because we came here only with our bags and our dreams to succeed, to be successful, for me to have a better life, something that I could probably would not be easy in Argentina, in my country. I don't think so. I really don't. But we had to do it. There was no choice. We had to face reality, and we knew that although it was hard, challenging, stressing, frustrating at times, but little by little, things will get better. And I was able to finish school. I'm not gonna lie, I was not a good student. I was a rebel. Like I said, I believe, because I just wanted to be accepted like any all other person. I wanted people to look at me and not just to refer to me, oh, as the blind person, as the blind girl. There's more to that. But at the time, that's the only thing I saw. I didn't think that anyone wanted to be my friend because I was visually impaired. That boys wouldn't look at me to date me because I was visually impaired. So it was definitely tough. But I finished school. I actually got to meet someone who was also visually impaired, and we started dating. And now my senior year, I believe the middle of my junior as well, I don't quite remember, but it doesn't matter. I think everything was going perfect, was going well. I applied to schools. I got accepted to a school in New York, and I started going to BMCC. That's a college in New York. So I started going there. Everything was well. I did plan at some point to move there. I wanted to have my life. I wanted to, at that time, to move in with my boyfriend, with the person that I was dating at that time. And this is what happened. At the end of my first semester, I know, just when I started going to school, everything was going perfect. At least that's what I thought. I found out that I was pregnant. I freaked out. I didn't know what to do at first. Wasn't sure if it would be a good idea to have a child at 20 years of age. And me thinking that this person who quote unquote loved me so much, who wanted to be with me for the rest of his life, turn around to me and tell me, no, I am too young to have a child. I have other important things to do. So he didn't want to be there. He did not want to have a child. He didn't want to have my baby. He didn't want me to have it, I should say. And for a moment, I thought about it. But I spoke with my mom. I spoke with her. I told her the entire situation, and we both cried. But my mom said that she will support me all the way. It's my first child, and that I shouldn't commit such horrible thing. And I had my baby, but that include breaking up with this person. He didn't want to know anything about me, nor the baby. So he started talking bullshit like all coward men do. So for 10 years, I had to, well, even until this day, but for 10 years, he wasn't even helping me with nothing. I gave up a lot of things because I wanted to be there with my child. I wanted to raise my child. My mom saw how much I suffered because she couldn't spend a lot of time with me because she was a single parent and she had to provide for us. So she told me, I mean, if I can't do it, but at least I have a job. I'm working, everything is going well, so I'm going to support you. That's what happened. So I raised my child in that, but I also made the decision that once she started going to school, that I wanted to go back. I always wanted to have a career. I wanted to study. So when she started going to pre-K, that's when I started going. I probably took a little longer than I should because I obviously couldn't take 5 or 6 classes because I also had to take care of my child, be a parent, and also my responsibilities as a college student. So it took me a while, but I finally finished and graduated last year with a lot of hard work, a lot of nights not being able to sleep, waiting for my daughter to fall asleep first and then me actually doing my homework. It was a huge sacrifice I did. And at one point I thought that I wasn't going to reach. I wasn't going to fulfill my dream of graduating from college and getting a degree. But I did it. And I did it for me. But I also did it for my daughter. I wanted to give her an example. I want my daughter to know that if you really want to do something, yes, there are sacrifices that we all have to make, but it's for a good reason. And I did it. So if she saw that mom did it, she can certainly do it. And yes, it's very difficult to find a job now, even with my degree, because unfortunately with this whole thing with COVID, it requires me to go in a hospital, to work in a hospital, or being in the long-term care. And right now, because of the situation that we're currently facing, I don't want to put my life at risk. I don't. And I know that I had to provide for my house, and I also want to be able to be with my daughter. So I had the wonderful idea to start my business. And I doing this because I also love people. I love helping people. I enjoy making them happy, putting a smile on their faces. So that's why my fiance and I started creating baskets, and now we are making gift boxes for any special occasion, so that you and your loved one will feel special, will feel loved, because we all need, especially now, a lot of things that we're facing, that we all need someone to cheer us up, to make us feel a little better. So that's the reason why I started with my business. And although this is just the start, and it may be somewhat difficult, but I'm not giving up. I guess that's something that I learned throughout the years of my life, because I didn't have an easy life, but it helped me to become a strong person. And even if I fail, I know that I will get up again and just start walking. I will walk again. And this is what why I'm sharing this with you. And this is another reason why I started creating my YouTube channel, because since I have the time, I wanted to bring more awareness about us, because we are just human beings like any other person. Yeah, we have a disability. Yes, we may do things differently, but we're just like any other person. You don't need to be scared of us. If you have a question, I always say I rather people ask me if they are curious about something, if they want to know about something, because I'm here to answer questions. I know you probably never seen a person who's blind, so you're curious, you want to know, and that's totally fine. But don't just assume things, and don't think that a person who's visually impaired or who has another type of disability, that we don't do the same things that you are, that we don't have dreams like you do. We all do. So that's the reason why I came up with Dawn Miles Official. And my real name is actually Alba Milla. And yeah, the translation of my name, it will be Dawn Miles. That's the translation in English, but I also did it because there's a new dawn that rises every day. There's a new opportunity to wake up, to do something different, to just move on and forget what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter. There's a new opportunity for something new. And you can walk that mile little by little. If you're afraid, it doesn't matter. Just walk that mile little by little. And the least expected, you will come far away, and then you will look back and say, oh my God, look how far I come. Look how far I walked. And this is what I did. So that's the reason why I created my YouTube channel, my business, and I'm working on my book, because I am also going to publish a book, and I am going to do other things as well that I will definitely be sharing that with you. And I don't feel afraid. I don't feel being able to share this with anyone or talk to people. It just gives me freedom. That freedom. You know, I know that there's someone probably feeling this way, or at least relating to me in some way. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, because I want you to know that you're not the only one that's going through this, that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. That yes, you have to work super hard, that you will probably need to give up a lot of things at first, but you will get to it. You definitely will get there. And I believe in you. I trust in all of you, because this is how life is. And we all have our own story. We all have something to share, to say. And I don't feel bad because I'm talking about my life, my things. No, I don't. In fact, this is therapy for me. I wouldn't be able to tell you all of this a few years ago. I wouldn't. So I just want you to be you. I want all of my visually impaired and blind friends just to live their life and just like any other person, and work hard for their dreams. And this is the time to show other people that we can contribute in so many ways, and that we can do so many things, and that blindness is not what defines us. It's part of us, but we're people just like any other person. So next time, for you sighted people that see a blind person, yeah, ask questions if you have. Yeah, ask them first if they don't mind. Hey, can I ask you something? Is it okay if you tell me this and that? But don't assume things, and help them if they need it. Don't go automatically there and tell them, oh, okay, yeah, let me help you. Let me take you. No, ask them first. Because like any other person, you always want to be asked. And so this is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please share it with whomever you want to share it. Please like it, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, there's a new dawn every day that will give you the opportunity to start from zero and work yourself up until the top of the mountain, until wherever you want to reach, because we can do it all. If we want to accomplish something, we can do it despite any disability that you may have. God bless you all. Love you.